Hey guys, it's me, Brandy. I know it's been a long time since I came on here and did an actual full makeup tutorial. I've been doing some unboxings because those are quick and I have 4 kids, but today I'm going to try to do a full face. So I already put hydration. I tried to cover up this pimple because when you put a lot of makeup on during this pandemic, you tend to break out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to prime my face now. I'm going to put the e.l.f. Putty Primer. I do have some big pores on my nose and along my lip. I'm going to put that on those areas. And I'm going to put this e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer on the whole rest of the face. You just have to warm up the putty. A little bit on my chin. And that's primer done. For foundation, I'm going to go in with this Unique Touch foundation. I actually got this new. I got it in the shade Organza. It's spray. And then I'm going to go in with a buffing brush. I've only used it once. It seemed pretty good. Let me give it a shot. I've been putting it right on my face and then buffing it in. They say to put it on the brush, but I'm going to try it this way. So, I know it looks kind of dark right now. I'm going to put on my concealer and a little bit of powder. I blended it down my neck. For my concealer under the eyes, I'm going to go in with the Unique Touch in the shade Marquisette. Put a little bit here. Now for under my eyes, I use this little brush to tap it in. and blend it down the nose a little bit. Make sure you get in the inner corner. So if you see, it doesn't matter if you get it on the eyelid because I'm going to prime the eyelid anyway, but I get it and I go up like this. For the rest, you can use this, but I just use a dampened beauty blender. It's just much faster. Okay. For my powder, I'm actually going to go in with some Unique powder. I'm trying out all these Unique products because I do have a friend that actually sells Unique. She told me you got to try these products. I'm not completely sold on them. I told her I would give them a try. So some of them I like so far, some of them I'm on the fence. So this is the Touch Behold. It's prime and set powder, so you can use it to prime and set the makeup. So I use it under my eye. You can use the beauty blender or a little brush. So you just put a little on there. It kind of goes on and it kind of feels wet and cold. This is so it doesn't crease. Put it everywhere that you put your concealer. You can brush it all over your entire face. I don't know how well I like this yet. I've only used it one other time. So I'm not really feeling transfer of anything. So we will see. All right, moving on to my eyebrows, which is my least favorite. I hate doing eyebrows. I will get my stuff around. I'll be right back. Okay, I did one off camera. I didn't clean it up yet, but that's what it looks like. I got this new Ulta Slim Brow Pencil. So I'm trying it out for the first time in color Auburn because my hair is a little bit reddish. So I usually go for more natural brow. I know most people go for the super sculpted, super crazy, like really dark. I do not. I'm 41 years old. I don't go for that really crazy look. So I'm going to do this one. This brow is like a lot lighter than this one naturally for some strange reason. So it's kind of hard sometimes to get them symmetrical. And I take the spoolie. Once I kind of get them how I like them too. So they're not super dark, but once I get them how I like them, I don't always put it on, but I do have the brow setter from Benefit that I will put on there. So let me put a little bit of that on there. And it's clear, just kind of locks them in place. This is what the wand looks like. And just run that across. So like I said, they're just more natural brows. I know a lot of people have the crazy sculpted brows, all that. I don't do that. So that's what they look like. So now I'm going to actually do my eyes. I will do my bronzer, my blush, all that last, just in case I have fallout and I have to fix anything. So I'm going to get all that around and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. I just wanted to show you the palette I'm using. So I'm using the Morphe 35S palette. It's so pretty. I just got it in the mail the other day. I've been wanting this for a while. So I think it's such a pretty palette. I'm gonna do kind of hopefully a spring turquoise mauve kind of look. And of course, I'm going to prime with P. Louise base right here. Now you can use a sponge, you can use a brush. I use both. I've done both. You always want to let it sit for a little bit, then you want to go back in. I usually go in and set it a little bit with some powder, or you can go right in so that your eyeshadows have something to stick with or stick to. I go in usually to the palette, something that's super neutral, go on top of it. You don't have to. So that's what it looks like. You can barely tell because it is the light skin tone of P. Louise base. This one is Rumor 2 P. Louise base. I have white, I have pink. So let's see what colors we're going to be using. I don't know. I kind of want to use them all. I know I can't. That's how I get whenever I get a new palette. It's hard to decide. I think I'm going to use some of these dark shades. So I'm just going to go in with one of my Morphe 433 brushes. I'm going to start on the outside. So I'm going to get closer when I start to do it. So I'm just gonna dip in the pan. I'll get closer when I start to do it. I'll probably do one eye on camera and one eye off. You always wanna knock some excess off the brush. You want to kind of keep it the shape that you want it. So if you want it to stay this shape, now I'm going to buff the edges out. So I will buff the edges out. But you want to kind of keep it the shape that you want it with the rounded part of your brush. So the product will sit on your brush. But when you're dipping, you want to kind of keep it going and keep the shape you want. I'm looking over here also because I have a mirror over here too. I'm looking both ways because I have mirrors, so. So then I think I'm going to go into, so that was Hidden Cove. That was this turquoise color. Then I'm gonna go into Yacht Life, which is like a more, like a mauve-y color. And I'm gonna go from this way in. You want to, I will show you. You want to just pack the color in first. So you'll buff the edges out last, but when you get the color on your brush, so when you have a smaller brush, you can get these smaller brushes, you can go in and dip it, tap the color off. Then you can really pack the color in where you want it. So that's what it looks like now. I know it looks weird. Okay, then you're going to we get a smaller brush. and I'm going to get a lighter shade of the turquoise. So Snorkel Sesh, which it's a much lighter. And I'm going to blend out the edges up here. So I'm going to just go really lightly. I'm going to blend this. And then the same with this. I'm gonna go into Private Villa, which is like a lighter pink. And I'm gonna do that with this. So I'm just gonna very lightly go on the edge of this and blend it. And then in between, you gotta kind of play with it to blend them. You just kind of tap until it blends the way that you like. So up here, it's gonna kind of have to be the two lighter shades. You tap. Very lightly together. See how it's starting to blend? You just got to keep working at it. It's a slow and steady process. See that down here is not as dark as you want? You just add some more dark. You just keep tweaking it the way you want. So I'm gonna do the same thing on this eye, and I'll be right back. Okay, all I did was I went in and cut my crease on both sides. I'm gonna go in this, and it's white. I'm just gonna go in and tap some white powder on here. Just gonna kind of set it. But I think I'm gonna put sparkles out of this palette on here, directly where I cut the crease. So if you're gonna do that, you are going to want a brush that is angled and kind of looks like this, because you're gonna want it pretty precise. Or like, let me see if I have one clean. I have more brushes coming. Probably the one I just cut my crease with is the best. So let me see if this is gonna show up by itself. Ooh, that's pretty. It's called Just the Two of Us. And I'm just gonna go in where I cut my crease, and I'm gonna tap it down along where I cut the crease. And then towards the teal, I'm going to darken it so that it blends in. So that's what this side looks like so far. I just use this brush and not my finger so I can get it direct. Okay, so now out towards this outer corner, I'm actually going to go in with the same hidden cove, and I'm going to just overlap where I cut the crease and try to blend it a little bit. And then I'm actually going to pick up a darker shade of turquoise, which is Secret Lagoon. And just kind of keep feathering over that a little bit. Do you like how it's blended? I think it's looking pretty good. Now I'm gonna do the lower lash line. I'm actually gonna go in with the turquoise first, more the darker. And then I will go in with some of the mauve color. Meet in the middle. I'm gonna take a lighter tone, kind of buff it out. Blend it in a little bit so it's not so harsh. It's looking pretty so far. Then I think I'm going to take maybe the shade Champagne on Ice. Try to put it on the inner corner. It's not really picking up. I will probably end up doing what I normally do, which is put some of my highlighter in the corner when I do my highlighter. So I'm gonna get all that stuff around, my bronzer, my blush, and my highlighter, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. So I do a couple different routines when it comes to my bronzer. I have a couple different ones. It depends on the day, what it looks like in the lighting, how shiny I want to go. So my favorite of all times, it's called Tarte Park Avenue Princess. So when I ordered it, it came very small. So the old one that I have looks like this. Came in this package. The new one is this tiny. I don't know why, but it's still pretty, but it's shiny. So I'm still gonna put that on today. So I find my cheekbones, so I have a round face. I know most people, they probably have a super slim face. Some people have an angular face. So if you can see it in the light right here, there's an indentation. Put some here. I don't have a very big forehead. Some people have a big forehead. You can shade it in. I don't shade my forehead too much. I do put some under my chin. Try to hide it as much as possible. Especially right here. Get the other side. And this new one, I don't know if they're trying to come for a physician's formula, which is the other one that I have, but the new one kind of smells like coconut, which the old one never did. This has a little bit of a sheen to it too, so a little goes a long way unless you're wanting to look super, super sparkly. Put some on my nose. I'll show you why in a little bit. Okay, then I have this Physicians Formula. It's matte butter bronzer. Now this smells really good. It smells like the beach, coconutty. It's so good. This I think is a little bit warm for me, so I also do not use very much of this. It smells so good though. I just want to lather it on, but I do not put much of this. Okay, I know my nose looks crazy. I swear it will not, I swear. Okay, now my favorite blush, which I switch it up sometimes, but not often, it is by Unique. I've had this a long time, even before my friend started selling it. I saw it on Facebook. It's the pressed blusher, and it's in the I can't talk, guys. The shade Supple. and it's like a peach shimmery. A little goes a long way. You put that right above where you put your bronzer. You pat it, and then you kind of, if you can see, so I always try to, if I would put the shade of, what am I trying to say? The shade of foundation of my body, I would be a ghost. So I try to give myself a little bit of a tan, but I try to put my blush and just a little bit, stipple it in, just ever so slightly, brush it up kind of into the hairline, just a little bit. Now, if you ever think you put a little too much, so if you're thinking, oh no, I put too much, then you just go in with a little bit of pressed powder, a huge brush, so just get a little compact like this, just go in, and just do that until you think that it's the way that you like it. Okay, so now we need highlighter. Grab my little highlighter brush. First, actually, no, I'm going to do my nose. The reason I told you my nose probably looks crazy, so I'm going to take my Morphe powder. I'm going to take my sponge that I told you. So it looks crazy because it's dark. I take my sponge, I get a bunch of powder on it, and I literally just I know it looks strange, but then once you do it, it actually, you can blend it, and it actually looks pretty decent without spending a ton of time contouring your nose out. Trust me. This too, that'll give you a little bit of contour. And I do still have to do, I've just recently been curling my lashes. I have never curled my lashes. I have decent lashes. I'm going to curl my lashes. I just realized that that made it look pink. It made it go from like a turquoise color to purple and pink. So it literally took that from like a turquoise to a purple and a pink. Okay guys, I did do liner and lashes. I'm gonna do some lipstick and finish my hair, and I'll be right back with the final look. Okay guys, this is the final look, and don't forget, because I forgot this step, don't forget to set your face. I use the Milani Make It Last setting spray. And there it is. I just did this little updo. It kind of makes my hair look like a little mohawk. because my hair is short. And there it is. I hope you like it. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Leave any comments, any looks you would like to do, any kind of colors. I do have more palettes coming. I will do unboxing videos, but any kind of looks you would like to see, please subscribe to my TikTok and my Instagram. I will link them down below. Have a great day. Bye.